it is the book club once again, in a newly renovated room that we want to give you guys a fresh look, a fresh look at the new year as we review the old year, the current year. I am James Levine,
I'm Mohammed.
and this is episode 25, part 4 of our journey through the Pitchfork Top 100 songs. We had some really cool, interesting ones last time. We had some questionable calls. I'll just
We
say
did, yeah.
last time. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the benchmark right now is it better than Baddest of Them All? That's what we're kind of at. So where it's like, is this properly rated by? Is it? That was it. We had that. We had, of course, we talked about Coochie with Shy Girl. Had a interesting sound with a Bibio sound machine. Somebody's bringing back African Bambaataa, the Zulu Nation. I liked that. And then, of course, my man, you're a little critical, but I feel it. Gilliband, who questioned why you watch cartoons or The Color Blue.
That's true.
That's the man. But we have some interesting songs ahead right here, as you'll see as we go through to your left as you're looking. We have this beautiful. I had my grandmother create something to put in the picture frame next to us of our song.
Amazing.
She was like, "Hey, I want to get involved with book club. I like what you're doing. I've been rocking with it."
Yeah.
Like she heard the Kendrick mixtape we did, and she was like, "Wow, I didn't know you guys were doing it like that. Like, that's a cool, like, usually people would do like Damn or something, but you went back to like mixtape Kendrick. I like that." So she put together a nice little picture frame for us with the songs that we have coming up next.
It's beautiful.
It looks nice.
Let her know I said thank you on my behalf.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Yeah, this is her Christmas present.
Well, yeah.
She's knitting us a blanket for next time, so it's kind of keep you. Just want to give you a little something there.
Nice.
The first song we have is "The Right to Riot." Now I'm gonna let you go ahead, Muhammad, and take a stab at that. By
What do we got here? Hagop Shahparian. No clue.
yeah. That's it right there. With the album Bolts, I can say that one. What do you think Hagop got for us?
I think it's gonna be folk music. But that's just me basing it off of his name or her name, or it might not even be a name. I'm just gonna stick with folk music. Yeah. What are you thinking with a name like that?
I think when a name is that long and it has that little of vowels, the only thing that I can think of is this is gonna be straight sound. It's just gonna be, and I don't even want to call it like, oh, it's gonna be music, like it's gonna be like playing a piano. Like, no, I think it's just gonna be some sounds, like weird sounds.
Weird sounds?
Might be pleasant, might not be pleasant to the ear, but that's what I'm kind of thinking, like experimental shit. Right to Riot. Do you think they say the phrase "right to riot" in the song?
I think they do, and I'm gonna actually change my answer. I think based on the last name, I think the artist might be Armenian, because Armenians tend to have that IAN ending, and it kind of made me I don't know why I'm just think of Serge Tankian and System of a Down, and then Right to Riot, System of a Down, Bolts. So I'm just gonna say folk rock with a political theme, and yes, they'll say Right to Riot.
Let's jump in and see if he's right.
Let's get that. That's true.
That was Right to Riot, and
Amazing. That's the one. It's really good stuff. Well deserved of its spot. Sets the bar high. Um, you and I couldn't, figure out a point to stop it. Just
Right.
to,
it made no sense. It just
yeah.
I kept being
We
curious
had
of
no
what's
choice.
happening
Yeah.
next. And I see 50 asked what genre of music that is. We had dubbed that here Thanos House because it collected all the infinity stones of all of the sounds that are good from
Mhm.
everywhere.
Mhm.
All lands, all cultures, all eras, all genres, generations, and it just pulled together
All
the
of that
stuff
energy.
that you like, right?
Yielded it and just boom.
Snapped, and that's what you get.
So
There was
good.
a song that we listened to, I think it was the Two Shell song,
Mm-hmm.
where I felt like when you do like progressive electronic music, like
Right.
the experimental, it's very hard to either do too much or
Mhm.
do too little, and it's boring. You kind of have to know when to change it and the thing to change and the moment to do it.
Right.
And this one just mastered that. Like it's a master class in that type of idea.
I agree. Yeah. I love the brooding synths that it had.
Right.
It felt right out of a Dario Argento movie.
Right.
He works with this prog rock band called Goblin often for the soundtracks of his movies, and back in the 80s, 70s, 60s. But this would have fit right in then, and it still fits right in now. It's just so perfect. So many different sounds.
No,
Simply put.
absolutely. And then 50 says this sounds exactly as described. Exactly.
Yeah.
We're on the same page here. Sarah said that was a steep jump from the last few songs. Definitely.
Yeah,
They
it's-
took it there. Right to
Whoever
Right took it there.
whoever suggested this and pushed this at Pitchfork deserves a raise. I
Right.
mean, y'all
Right.
found your person with the good taste.
Exactly. He's the one who's making all the good calls now. Like, in
Anything
our
good?
head,
And anything good on this list is
where he's getting the credit on
comes
that.
from the Hagop Chaparian fan.
The next is Arctic Monkeys Body Paint. Arctic Monkeys, are you familiar with Arctic Monkeys? Yep.
I know them by name. I haven't
Right.
listened to anything of theirs.
It's that rock, that British rock.
Okay.
I think you'll like it. Now
Okay.
they kind of like evolved their sound a bit over the years, so it's not as kind of made it bigger sounding. So it doesn't have the same
Okay.
feeling to me as like the old stuff, but maybe I could be wrong. Maybe they come back to their roots with this one.
Okay.
This is Body Paint by Arctic Monkeys. And yes, 50 Cent said the list over the past couple weeks made him listen to music outside his comfort zone, and absolutely, and shout out to Sharks, won free tacos.
For a master of deception and subterfuge, you've made yourself quite the bed to lie in. Do your time traveling through the tanning booth, so you don't let the sun catch you crying. So predictable, I know what you're thinking. My teeth are beating and my knees are weak. It's as if there's something up with the wiring. Come poke your head behind the mountain peak. Don't have to mean that you've gone into hiding. So predictable, I know what you're thinking. I'm watching your every move. I feel the tears are coming on. It won't be long. It won't be long. Straight from the cover shoot, steal a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms.
That is Body Paint by the Arctic Monkeys. What were your thoughts on Body Paint?
It was cool. Just gotta be in the mood for it. You know what I mean? Feels like you're at Nordstrom, just walking around type music.
Right.
You know, just walking into a cafe type music.
It's not often that I just be like kicking it, like want to listen to music, and I'm in like a Queen
Yeah.
mode.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I love Queen. I think Queen has a lot of cool songs, but there's just not a lot of moments where I'm like, that's the exact song, because it sometimes can just feel it's like good as like you hear it once, see it once, whatever, and it's like, that was nice. Might not go back to it often, but like that was good. I can recognize that as good.
Right. Yeah. Again, I think you just gotta be in the mood for this type of music.
What kind of mood would you be in for this?
Walking through a hotel
Okay.
lobby type
Yeah,
of deal. You know
okay.
what I mean? Maybe waiting for my seafood to come at some sort of like restaurant
Right,
type of deal.
right.
You gotta eat seafood to this type of music. I don't know why.
Maybe like indie movie soundtrack-ish
Yeah,
too. You know?
absolutely.
You could have that around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not really like a wash the dishes type of thing.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
not
Like
at all.
if you got to be out, you know what I'm saying, and just it's around. Like
Yeah,
that kind of music,
that's a
right.
perfect way to describe it. You can't be choosing the song. It just has
Right.
to play at
It
the right
happens
moment.
around you, exactly.
Yeah.
And you're just hoping that we're putting the responsibility in like whoever chooses the songs
Yeah.
into their hands, that they're gonna play this at the right moment. Like that's when it exists.
It could potentially play while you're in line at the DMV. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah. Not the right moment for it though. Would you think of it compared to other Arctic Monkeys song that you've heard? Is this what you expected? What
way
their sound-
different.
Okay, it's
even
okay.
from where they last were?
Mhm.
It's way different. I don't mind. It kind of sounds like one of those things that you do in, you know how, because they're pretty big in the UK.
Sure.
And you know how like nowadays, if we get like a Roots album, they're gonna like try something out or like work with somebody specifically. Almost like when you've like already beat the mission and you're just doing side missions now.
Mhm.
That's kind of where I think
They're
like the
at.
side mission part of their career.
Okay.
They're just trying stuff out. It'll probably sell enough because they have a big fan base, but
Okay.
they don't. I appreciate that they're not making the same sound that they always have. You know.
So
Kinda
then,
cool.
two things. It's not something you'd play somebody that you want if you wanted to get them into Arctic Monkeys. I'm guessing.
Correct.
And second, do you think they made it on this list because it's an Arctic Monkeys song?
Ooh, maybe. I would like to read the review on this one in particular, like
Okay.
of what was said, because it could just be one of those legacy type of moves. Would I say that this
That's
was
a
like,
good legacy music. So yeah,
right?
there you go, legacy music.
Would I put it above Right to Right? No.
No,
Would I
yeah,
put it above like Baddest of Them All? No. I think it's something like this. If you have a legacy pick, I don't mind. I think that kind of needs to be in like 90 to 100, and just kind of throw that in like, oh yeah, this was the best song from a legacy artist that actually kind of did something interesting, and blah blah. Maybe they
Okay.
deserve to be on the list, but I don't think this high personally.
okay, yeah. I mean, yeah.
No.
This in theory should have been better than the previous song.
Right.
But then again, I really do think we listened to a top 10, top 5 track
it's
just
hard to
right
follow
now
that.
with
Exactly. Right.
with Right to Riot.
Right. I haven't heard a song better than that yet.
Yes, yeah, that was really top tier.
Now, the next thing we're going to do before we get into some music, we have a new review to do for you here at the book club. And what do we got to review for them today, Mohammed?
Hipster gum,
We have some hipster gum, some
simply gum.
authentic Simply Gum. Now, with this gum, can you read the instructions? Or
Oh.
not the instructions, excuse me, the ingredients for me.
Absolutely. So, it contains grapefruit, prickly pear, cayenne,
Cayenne, yes,
and sea salt.
and sea salt.
And on the back here, it says, we don't use synthetic plastic in our gum base. Instead, we use a tree sap called chicle, which, interestingly enough, is probably how the
Yeah,
to all you Spanish speakers out there, chicle, it's tree sap. Would you like to try one?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's try one out here.
Go
Give it
ahead.
to Timo. You want
Yep.
Timo? Try this out.
Pass it over here.
Now, is that what you're chewing on right now?
To put it, so it comes with wrappers, so you could put it in once you're done chewing it.
So you have like a thing to have wrappers. I do like
Yeah.
that. I
Or
think that's interesting.
could it be used for something else?
Ooh.
Oh, simply
A little
gum.
rolling tobacco? Now, I'm going to say, I took a bite,
Mm-hmm.
started chewing.
Mm-hmm. And it's
I met with flavor that kind of like pear makes sense. I
Mhm.
kind of see that. And by the time you explained how to throw that gum away, the flavor was gone.
sounds about right. Yeah.
It was gone. I can't. I just get these like hints of salt. Like it's like salty in like small pieces, but
Could be the salt off your own skin at this
Who
point,
knows?
for all
Like,
you know,
it
in
could
the
be
inner
sweat.
cheeks. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
absolutely what it could be. How's the gum itself? Does it just feel like dead, not even rubber, but just like a dead object, a big piece of chunk of meat that's just left there?
it's like yes, because it's like sticky. It really feels like what eating silly putty would be like. But you know what?
That's a good point. Yeah.
I think you accidentally right now used the perfect adjective to describe gum, and this I'm going to describe it. When I'm rating it from the
Mhm.
rest of my life, right? It feels dead. Like, it feels just dead. I want my bubble gum, my chewing gum, to feel alive,
Live,
to feel
definitely.
lively. Like when I'm chewing it, it's an experience
Yeah.
that me and the gum are simultaneously happening.
Right.
I think that's what it just feels sad because as I've been talking to you, it's just stuck to the top of my tooth.
Serving
it's
no
not
purpose.
giving
The
me
fun is
any-
over.
Exactly. It's now a nuisance.
It's yeah. It's like the only reason it's still here in my mouth. I have two choices right now. I could just stop everything, get up, spit this out, and waste time,
Right.
or I could swallow this and whatever. It's a nuisance at this point.
Right. Exactly. Like,
There's no other way to get rid of it.
I'm now
Swallowing is not a good idea.
I'm now trying to figure out my exit plan with it.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is why I don't really like about gum
Mm-hmm.
is I feel like I the chewing experience, you start chewing it and it's cool, and then all of a sudden it's like, damn, I'm responsible for this gum now.
The
Right.
disposal of it.
Because it's not like if you're out somewhere, right? It's
Mhm.
not really in good taste to like just spit out your gum randomly, right?
On
'Cause
the
somebody could get on
floor.
their shoe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking if I'm out, well, I got to go find a garbage can,
Mhm.
right? Now I need to go find like a napkin or something,
Yeah.
right? Maybe I'm about to eat somewhere, so I'm at a restaurant. There's for
Now
sure
you
not a
gotta get
place
up.
for me to put like,
Yeah.
yeah, go
Go
to the bathroom
restroom.
or something
Yeah.
like that. I gotta do that's a whole lot of steps. So you start the gum.
Mhm.
It's great for a limited time, and then I got to spend all this time figuring out how do I get rid of this. Gum is a nuisance together. It's kind of cool. Like, I think chewing gum is like, it's all right. But I always feel like I'm now left with something that it's like I have to play my part in like society's role.
Have
My
you
role in
just
society.
have you just given up on life and started just swallowing gum? Because I know I have.
No, that's how usually I like dispose of it.
I'm
That's
just-
what it comes down to. And you know what?
Mm.
You know what?
Even now,
I think
just to
that
get rid of it.
people who swallow gum shouldn't be shamed like they do.
Thank you. I appreciate
What
that.
I do with my body is up to me.
Mhm.
And if I want to swallow gum, if I want to just chew it, eat it, bang, it's gone. No, then don't. You should be happy. I'm not spitting it on the ground, right?
Yeah.
You should be happy. I'm saving like your shoes or something from getting your flip flops, whatever. If you're barefoot, you probably shouldn't do that around. But if I just swallow it,
Yeah, if it wasn't with the whole is it Roe v. Wade that got overturned recently with
Right.
abortion, I would be making pro-choice jokes right now, saying it's your choice.
right?
It's absolutely your
That's
body,
right.
your choice.
If I want to swallow,
Swallow
gum,
gum. I'm gonna swallow gum.
it is what it is.
That's
And
it.
you're like, what are you gonna? Don't shame me.
Are you gonna
know?
try to tell me that I always need to spit gum out?
Right. Exactly. And are you gonna be providing me with the napkin on a moment's
Yeah.
notice of
When I
it?
need,
Just
yeah,
like-
exactly.
And even then, why? If I just want to get rid of it quick,
yeah.
I don't really care. I haven't had any problems with it. I've been,
Yeah.
doing it for a while. Like I don't have like
Maybe one day I will spit it out.
Maybe one day
I'll
I
just
will.
swallow it again the next day. I know it's
exactly.
starting to sound wild, but we're talking
No,
about.
I'm gonna like switch up the patterns. never let them know where your next move's coming. Who knows? You know what I can't stand though? I can't stand people who like save it.
Like they put it in there right there at the dinner table.
Like, what are you gonna pick that gut? People put it behind their ear. I've seen.
we're gonna
like, things
lose
like
subscribers now.
Nah, you know what? This show is not for people who try to
Save
to
gum
save
for
gum.
later.
Like,
come
no,
on,
get you a piece of gum. Get another piece of gum.
pull another one.
It's no shame in taking a full piece, ripping it in half, and saving
It
some
is
for
for
later.
later.
If you know you're about to eat,
Just don't take it out. Put
Dude,
a
there are
napkin
people
and
like-
chew it later.
put it to their cups.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, I won't forget it here. It's like this
underneath the
is-
table.
Right, exactly.
How many times
Classic
have you
fucking-
reached down and you found someone else's gum?
That was in somebody's mouth.
That's so gross.
That was in somebody's mouth. That's disgusting. But so I can't stand savers, right? I won't stand for it, right?
Dang,
You gotta do
not
something.
Savers, the secondhand store, because we don't want them mad at us.
No, savers. Is
Savers
cool.
is hella
is cool.
dope. Shout
Hella
out
cool.
to Savers. We mean gum savers.
If you want to get a rotary phone that's missing a number, but you know what number that is anyway, so it doesn't matter. Go to Savers. You know what I'm saying? If you want to
Easy
get
peasy lemon squeezy.
a
Worn
like a
shoes.
bicycle like handle, like not the rest of the bike, but like just the handle, because you're missing one and you need one. Well, somebody was missing the rest of their bike, had the handle. Bike it at Savers.
You need Little House on the Prairie on VHS.
Savers, right there. They got it for you.
Roller Coaster
Absolutely.
Tycoon on PC for Windows 95.
Savers. Matter of fact, I think Savers is the only place that like they still have a partnership with Cracker Jacks. 'Cause I think it's the only place you can get Cracker Jacks. It's like just Savers. They have to be the only one that has like the deal with them, right?
That's hella funny.
Like you ever go to 7-Eleven and Safeway, whatever, and see Cracker
Yeah,
Jacks?
They're keeping it together.
Savers has
Savers
that
and
on
Cracker
deck.
Jack.
We own this niche.
Oh man.
They run the Cracker Jack empire. So
How
respect.
heated do you think it gets between Savers and Goodwill? Territorial for sure.
It's like frenemy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in front of people at like the charity event, like they'll shake hands, they'll smile, but they know it's beef without.
You think it's a
having
firm
to speak.
handshake? It's a firm grip
It's
there,
firm.
yeah.
It's firm. It's
People are
who's
squeezing.
out firm it. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
And you know that they actually play. They have like a Savers and all the thrift stores doing a Goodwill softball league, and they're actually rivals
Salvation
in the
Army,
league. Right,
yeah,
Salvation Army's
yeah.
in it. So they're actually rivals in the league, and
Yep.
that's kind of what's led to. I don't want to say bad blood. I don't want to say that. But,
I
That's-
mean, there are
a friendly
specials on Dark
competition.
Side of the Charity. There's the special on Hulu called Dark Side of the
Right.
Charity, and where they kind of like looks deeper into it. Where like, yeah, it's there's been some wild, fatal moments during these, this competition between Goodwill Savers.
right.
Even Salvation Army, I know they have that, a clean cut image now, but they're known for Salvation Army for a reason.
Salvation Army is the only charity that's like, they've diversified their portfolio, because not only will they have like Salvation Army come and like bring your used things, whatever, but they'll also be in front of like Safeway, like, hey, donate to Salvation Army, so they get money 2 ways.
Ooh.
Like that's,
Well, that's
they're,
actually a
they're the
fact.
best
That's
hustler.
true.
They're the best hustler.
That's
you know
true,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Goodwill was kind of smart when they came with like the drop off, like the little chutes that you can
Yeah.
like throw some stuff in. That was cool. That's a good way to like collect, but Savers got to catch up.
Yeah,
Like
they do.
Savers right now, they need to make some shit shake, because they're falling off. Just plain and simple. Savers.
Do you know if the one in Milpitas is still around?
I have no idea. Don't know when was the last time I've been, but I'll tell you what. The next time I want a hammock that really you just have to get one more string like from your house and just like tie it up and it'll work. That's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Savers.
There you go.
The next song here, by the way, wait.
Ooh, it's time.
To wrap up this review, awful gum. Don't get Simply Gum. Even grapefruit, that's the flavor that you came with? Like, nah, come harder. Come better. The next song we have here is Perfume Genius, the song Ugly Season, off the album Ugly Season. What does Perfume Genius strike you as?
Shit. So like on the surface level, you would think it's, I don't know, a pop band, all female pop band, Perfume Genius, etc., Ugly Season, etc.
Right.
But knowing how ironic, rock bands like to be, I'm guessing it's just a regular rock band, just male singer, and it's more so on the hard rock side with the title like Ugly Season.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say like indie pop.
Indie pop?
Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna take you a step deeper. This is underground pop.
Ooh,
This is that pop that's not supposed to hit the mainstream.
nice.
Shout out my girl Muna, who started
Yeah.
this underground
Ground
pop
pop.
shit. Let's see. Perfume Genius, Ugly Season. See
I'm
what
hoping for that
close.
underground pop now.
this one right here is Perfume Genius, Ugly Season. Shout out to Dr. T. I see you in the chat. Gang, gang. What'd you think of this one?
Interesting, but oftentimes as it is with that reggae-esque feel, it just becomes a mood type song rather than just something that you look forward to musically. I don't know if that makes any sense, but more so it's a perfect mood piece in a sense. And I think the singing was very interesting. It offered a variety of different types of singing. But it's I think the overall feel has been delivered numerous other times in numerous other songs, and in a better method.
I think that is a good point that you make about. Well, I kind of want to like take a look at more into something that you had said, where it was about like when it's almost like when you hear that it's reggae, it like almost automatically becomes a mood. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the genre, is it's almost this like niche doctor's office music, but not in the way that doctor's office music is kind of made for this mood, right? Like there needs to be sound. I think whenever you hear reggae, there's a certain mood, and it doesn't matter who the artist is. Like that's one genre that you can just like ask Siri to, hey, play reggae, and it's like whatever it's gonna play is gonna set that mood that you want. So I think it's interesting because there's not a lot of music genres that kind of will have that attached to it,
Absolutely right.
With this one, I think it's kind of like a mood that sometimes would be kind of like with some dim lighting, and not like to make it like romantic or anything like that, but just kind of like a cool mood, like I think the delivery of like the lyrics and like how the singing came in, I thought it was just really interesting. Is the mood that I would be in like off, like I would take like a bubble bath to this with like some candles, with the lights off and just kind of chilling with that, maybe with the joint, that's the kind of vibe I'm thinking on this one. It feels cool, but it feels mysterious, I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I think it's there's nothing wrong with it. It's done really well. It does stand out a bit more than most other reggae type songs you'd hear. Yeah, I liked it too.
From Ugly Season out to What They Call Us by Fever Ray. What do they call us?
Fever Ray, perhaps?
Wow, the answer was right in our face the whole time. Maybe they're asking maybe it was one of those questions where if you can't really get this question, you may not be smart enough to listen to Fever Ray, because it's like, what do they call us? If you can't answer that, maybe this song isn't for you. Right, exactly. But you were able to quickly identify Fever Ray. So I'm
their target fan base, target demographic. Absolutely. I'm sure this is going to be very
tailored for you.
Very,
right.
Very smart.
First, I'd like to say that I'm sorry. I've done all the tricks that I can. Cinnamon bun in the oven. There's a fire in my hand. Did you see the light this morning? Sometimes there's this extra air. Sometimes I can keep my mouth open. I will stay if I dare. Did you hear what they call us? Did you hear what they said? My plan was flexible.
what they call us. You know where I feel like I'd really enjoyed this song?
Why you would?
Where?
Where?
Or why? I guess why, but because of where. Like, if I heard this live, I think it'd be a cool experience.
I could see that, yeah.
You know, like, I feel like this is one of those where, like, you got to be there to get it. And once you're there and you, like, hear it live and you see it in all its performance, because I feel like it's a very dramatic song. And it's a dramatic in a way that sometimes songs like that aren't necessarily like utility. Like,
Sure.
oh, I'm played in the car, I'm taking a shower when I go to the gym. Sometimes it's almost like a performance piece. I almost say a piece of art. Like, oh, just
Right.
then I'm the pitchfork at that point. But it's almost like a performance piece to where seeing this and then seeing, like, I'm curious of what they would do with like the lights, or
Yep.
you know, if they would have visuals that they would do, or what the band looks like, or you know, at what point they maybe kind of go off script and kind of like freestyle the synths or something like that. Like, it pulls me in that way, you know.
Sure.
But probably wouldn't like listen to it in like my everyday life.
You know where I would want to hear this? I'm in the middle of the battlefield in the War of Mordor, and it's the hobbits versus the orcs, and you know, like the forces of the Middle Earth just
Right.
going at it, and this shit just plays in the background while all the creatures are just clashing heads and bumping weapons and shit.
You know how
Shit felt like all folky with the drums to me. I don't know. I just felt like it was like Irish folk music. It turned up to like 12, if that makes sense.
Right. You know how like athletes, before they'll play the game, they'll have like a specific playlist that they'll listen to kind of get pumped up.
Mm-hmm.
This is on the playlist of that pre-war battle.
Absolutely.
Like, this is what they're at the village while they're gearing up for war. Like, this is what they're playing, like getting the mode, like, yeah, I'm about
listen to that
go.
old English.
Let's hit Mordor. Let's go.
Let's go.
Right, exactly.
I thought it was cool, but it did feel a little folky to me overall. But I thought it was really cool nonetheless.
Yeah. Dr. T says, Guy Sensei's explained the 8 Gates Jutsu. a warlord observing the battle, he predicted everything unfolding in front of him as expected. Yes, absolutely.
With this playing.
Right, exactly. That's the soundtrack for that. So you know what? Shout out to Fever Ray for lacing us with that. Needed that one.
That Middle Earth music.
Right. Coming up next, we have
Middle
our
Earth
next
battle music, because Middle Earth people could have good times too, and they ain't bumping this shit when they're just trying to like smoke that Gandalf pipe and shit. Bro, you think Gandalf bumping this shit? He's smoking that pipe.
No, they are different. There are some other shit.
You know what Gandalf is bumping when he's smoking that pipe, right?
What's he bumping?
Hagab Chiperian.
That's what he. Yep, for sure. Yes, that was his number one artist of 2022. It was Gandalf. Come on the show. Let's talk about your favorite. What's on your
Shout
playlist?
out to Gandalf one time.
That brings us to our next song. This is El Gelazzo by
Lucretia Dalt. Is that
Lucretia Dalt? I think you nailed that one. That one caught me with one. You got me. You got me there.
Oh no! We're at Lucretia trying to sneak her way in right now. We don't appreciate that, Lucretia. Wait your turn.
I don't know which one is it. Yes, it should be. No.
What is the next track?
I got you guys. We want like the Amber Mark song. This song's actually by Amber Mark. And we're gonna pull that up. I'm sorry, my grandma gave me a lot of frames. I have to change them as we go.
You just is it one of those where you just lift the little flap on the back, you pull it down, and you just
right. And like yeah, exactly.
That's
it's like
awesome,
that really flimsy plywood that holds it. Amber Ray. Okay, all good.
Let's
let's
see if there's a music video.
Let's see. We're gonna listen to the music video of this Amber Mark song. We happened to be on YouTube watching a little Pain or Gain earlier, so shout out to Dr. T. He was describing Mac Jones, poor Mac Jones. Get well soon. Maybe not. I don't care. I don't like the Patriots. So this is Amber Mark. And it was the song. What
it
is.
What it is, ho. What's up? You know, it's a cover of that, right? By what was it?
But like acoustic, right?
Yeah.
Trillville?
By Trillville,
yeah. Absolutely.
What it is.
Let's see. Which one of these Amber Mark? We're just going to go with like the visualizer. Let's see what they got here for us.
The stage is set for Christmas Day with bright lights on Luca and LeBron show it to their life.
We got some commercials right here, guys.
Clay gives all a good day.
I gave him all I tried, but nothing stopped this fight. All behind, and I know the good with the bad we fall. What is the point of it all? So there goes my heart. I fell apart, trying to love. Wanna be free, so God to please. Is it in the stars? Oh. Feel it in my bones. Oh, I've got to know. Tell me what it is. It is. On my mind always, at least 3 times a day. Tell me what it is. It is. Is it that sense of wonder? It hit like lightning. Feel that in the thunder. It's so inviting. Yeah. Feel it in my bones. Oh, I've got to know. Tell me what it is. It is. Dive deep in the dark with no light, and I'm looking for a sign. Should I have left it all behind?
And that is Amber Mark. What was the name of that song? That was
What it is.
What it is. Remember we were talking about we're talking because I think there was a Kehlani song that we did. We're talking about like, you know, Kehlani and the like, you know, Summer Walker, Janae, like those kind of artists feel that like Aaliyah type, I think, you know,
Baby girl
that
music.
vacuum. Right. And I remember you had brought up what's her name?
Ari Lennox.
Ari Lennox. And I was like, you know what? I don't think that she's in that category because I think she can sing really good. And I think that her music has a different flavor to it. This would be what I think is that's what it
Ari
is,
Lennox would fall
that
under.
genre. Exactly. Where it's almost a little like Motown-y, you know, like a truly fresh take on that.
I totally feel the same way. Amber's music is definitely reminiscent of what the type of stuff Ari Lennox is delivering these days, or well, you know, via her previous album. I thought it was cool. I thought the beat was pretty interesting. The initial part reminded me of Solid Wall of Sound by Tribe Called Quest, and just like the drums in general.
Right.
It was cool. I guess at this point I've just understood that I can't look at this thing numerically like it presents itself.
Right, right. I think that it's a song that I would say like belongs on the list. Maybe not this high, you know,
Maybe.
but it was a cool song.
I could imagine this artist having done something better than this song in 2022 that would have been worthy. This,
True. That's fair.
you know,
Not she probably has deep cuts. That'd be
yeah.
better. But I think that it's
I think Pitchfork's avoiding deep. Like they're just going for the happy medium, aren't they?
it's maybe like this artist made one of the top 100 songs of the year, but what was their single? And let's find a way to put in the single rather than, you know what I'm saying? Like I bet you this song got the star on like Apple Music, you know, it's
Yeah.
like most listened to.
That's a
you're
great point. The star on Apple Music. Wow. Yeah.
Right.
I think
like all these songs have that, and you know, you listen to the album, you know, the star is not always going to be the best song on it.
You know,
right?
you just put a lot of Pitchfork writers out of a job, right? By exposing their whole craft.
You know, Pitchfork, we're hiring our own book club.
There we go.
If Pitchfork lets you go, don't worry. Come over here. We're going to do real reviews over here. That's what we do. Give you that real shit, that real authentic when you want to listen to, when you're not sure if you want to listen to
Whatever has
But
a star on
Amber
Apple.
Mark, like, look at, hit us up. Let us know. Dr. T actually had a good idea of this one. He said this is the song that you start vibing in the restaurant while looking at the menu when it comes on. Yeah. This is a for sure a hip restaurant. You know, maybe it's a little fusion. You know what I'm saying? It's like fusion Korean, and they got you like, there's like Korean tacos that they got, and it's like, wow, like y'all just really just made tacos, but they're good. Like
They're good
somebody
tacos.
recommended you to go to get the tacos, and you slightly complain about, you know, they're just like gentrifying the style or just whatever, right? But you know what? They're good. You eat it and you enjoy it.
Fusion's
And-
always good.
Yeah, I like
And then you
fusion.
get
I don't
Amber
mind
Mark while having fusion food. You can't beat that.
If you own a fusion restaurant, hit us up. We got you with the playlist of what you need to play. Don't worry. Okay.
I agree. I think the
We'll
drums.
bring Dr. T with us.
Yeah, there we go. The drums did kind of give me the feels of diner music or restaurant music.
Yeah, right. I can hear
totally see
that.
That's a good call.
One that plays music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe a little bit darker. The lighting's a little cool.
But it's not one of those places that plays music off of whatever's on, like their corporation's allowed radio station.
right.
Somebody in the back has the has their phone
Got the
plugged
aux.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
the aux. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not like the Applebee's corporate
But the
playlist
station,
at all.
yeah.
Applebee's. Nah, I agree. It's the deep cut playlist is that's
That
what
mom and
you
pop's
play at
playlist.
those places. You play the deep cut playlist that everyone respects. You just let ride, even if you've never heard for the first time. And you know, it's not even a song per se that you're gonna like take out Shazam and be like, oh, I wonder what this is. It's just a song that's like, wow, this is the perfect song for this moment. Like,
I'm
it's
just gonna let
perfect.
the song be.
Yeah, exactly. It's just cool. I hope I come across this one day in my travels again.
Again.
From Amber Mark to, was that Plains?
Mm-hmm.
Plains position with it. Let's see if they got a music video on here. What was the name of it again?
Problem.
With it. Probably said position with it. The
You
problem
got-
with it.
Ooh, it's gonna be rough music.
You think it's gonna be a little rough?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very violent.
Ooh, okay.
Problem.
little
with it.
aggressive,
Ooh,
eh?
Yeah. Ooh.
We do got a music video too. So this
It's
is
looking dangerous. I'm scared.
hey, you guys know that Google makes phones now?
I'm surprised you don't have to sign in for this music video that we're about to watch. Age verification.
I drift out farther away. I got a problem with it, and I don't know how to say. It's a pink carnation. It's a hand hastily played. The pot boiler wearing out gave 'em something to kick up dust about. If it was love you were after, with a long
What do you think where do you think this is located at?
Alabama.
If it's all you got, yeah, it's all you get.
Bama.
I got a problem with it. If you can't do better than that, babe,
what? You nailed this one perfectly.
Country hipster music.
Country hipster music. It's like the Lana Del Rey country. So like Zara said the same thing in the chat. It's like the Urban Outfitters that sell cowboy boots.
Oh yes.
You know, not all of them do, but the
Super
ones that do are for sure playing this right here. Like 100%.
Urban Outfitters is such a great call. I was just about to say the reason Urban Outfitters can have businesses in Texas and southern states are because of artists like this.
Exactly. They got the
This is why
vinyl
they stay
there. Yeah.
afloat.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm in the South. I like country, but I wear horn rim glasses, you know, but I also wear cowboy hat.
you know.
Like this is what that's made for. Like, and you know what? Good for them. This I can fuck with this vibe.
But I still drink
could.
my beer out of a jar.
Mason jar. Exactly.
Still-
Like I don't drink IPAs,
Mhm.
but I do drink my beer out of a mason jar. Yeah.
Huh?
One.
You know,
No, that's
I wear the glasses, but I actually need to wear these glasses.
right. I just picked the
These
cool
are- yeah.
kind, but I do need these.
And this beanie I actually need to keep warm.
right.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
I got this old Ford F-150, like, but it's like retro.
But
you
it's
know what I'm
old
saying?
because it's actually my grandpa's.
Right. Yes.
it's that-
Wow.
It's that actual hipster music.
You know what this means?
I just realized hipsters are just trying to be country
The whole time.
this whole time.
This whole time. You're right. And,
Wow.
and you know what this means is we have to take a trip out to, like, you know, this is probably for sure Austin, right? We got to find the country hipster bar. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a country bar, but it's a hipster country
Yeah.
bar. Like people like ironically ride the mechanical bull,
Yeah.
but they have like
I'm fucking dead.
but they have like Japanese denim on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean, right? Like
Holy shit.
they, it's like, you don't go and brag about it outside of this place, but you go ride it like ironically, like, oh yeah, I rode the mechanical bull, you know. They might sell IPAs there, you know. Everything of course is in a mason jar, but that's 100%. We gotta go to one.
We have
We
to.
got to find one.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm surprised we don't have one out here.
Exactly. Maybe we do. We're missing it. We're
Maybe.
missing out on life. We're gonna look it up.
Maybe.
If you guys know of any country hipster bars in the Bay Area, holla at
know.
us. Let us know. We'll drop through. The next song we have is come back down to around here. Maren Morris, Circles Around This Town.
Mm.
That is what is next. And we're going to once again see if we have a music video for this. 'Cause I'm kind of feeling, I feel like that set a good tone for us, you know?
The music video for the Plains song was really cool too, actually. I mean, I guess the video itself is what led to our hipster jokes because
Right.
the song itself wouldn't have led us there. I think it was the way that.
But I'm
they-
glad you tied
that
it
they
in like they
dressed,
did.
yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
But I thought it was well shot, straight out of their 1984 Fujitsu homemade camera.
Next we have Drake Sticky from the album. Honestly, never mind.
Alright.
Let's see. I believe there's a music video for this. What do you know? Here it is. Drake Sticky.
All right.
But first, Sephora, are you looking for makeup? Are you somebody who wears makeup? You should go to Sephora. It's wintertime. It's snowing. There's trees. Sorry, had to say that. I was #ad.
Hey, going hanging on my neck. The bracelet matches a set. My brother name is Tina Dollar. Stop all that back and forth over the net. My mama wish I would've went corporate. She wish I would've went exec. I still turn to a CEO, so the lifestyle she respect. Hey, 2 sprinters to Quebec. Cherie, où est mon bec? They only giving niggas +1, so I never pull up to the Met. You know I gotta bring the set. You know I gotta bring the G block. You know I gotta bring the D block. Cause you know how sticky it get. Hey.
Wait. I need to. We need to have a conversation real quick. All right.
Mhm.
I need you to watch this clip.
I'm making her wet. Hey, you know how sticky it get. Hey, hey, yo, Eric, bring them girls to.
Do you think Drake is trained to drive sailboats?
I think he just has co-captain license currently.
Okay.
He's not allowed to take it out on his own.
Right.
Under the supervision of somebody with the experience and with a full captain's license, I believe he's allowed to co-commandeer the
Yeah, like a
the
permit type
vessel.
of deal, right? Okay.
Right. Under supervision, I believe so.
Because I don't know much.
And it's safe to assume that right now as well, considering there's a cameraman on board, which could very easily be the captain. All you got to do
True.
is just hold
Right,
the
I
damn
just
thing.
hold it right
You're
here.
just
That's all I
holding
need.
the damn
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
Get the quick shot.
Yeah.
Because I don't know a lot about sailboating. I mean, admittedly, I don't. But the way that he's holding it does look like a professional. Like he actually seems like he knows what he's doing. Like, and you know what? If so, I'm impressed that he at least went as far as to get his permit. Get his sea license. He's like working towards that. I think it's pretty cool.
I think so too. I was just thinking about when you said I don't know a whole lot about sailboats, right? So obviously neither do I. But I was gonna say, in my head, I was like, it sounds funny if I were to just say right now, I happen to know a little bit. It implies that I know a lot. You know what I mean on the
Right,
surface, but
right.
factually, it's true. I happen
You
to know
just
a
know a
little
little
bit,
bit.
a little bit, which
Exactly.
you do too. But it's so funny when somebody says that, or I guess it's the demeanor which they say.
Because there's a mystery. Like, how much is that
Yeah.
little bit? Right? You
'Cause
assume
the
that
funny
it's
thing is
just
when-
more.
I was
You know
thinking,
what?
so I happen to know a little bit myself. Too.
This is just look at our book club. We love to give reviews. We'll bring products, but
A
sometimes
review of the phrase "I happen to know a little bit."
Well, I think you just gave some life advice. Because you know what? If you are ever somewhere and somebody brings up something that you have like a vague understanding of, make sure you say that because it implies that you know more.
Life pro tip
That's
for
fucking
for
the
free.
person
Life
right
pro
there.
tip. Let them know. Just give a full breakdown. How would it work?
Right. Drake is the type to say, I happen to know a little bit about sailboating.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
And he just has his learner's permit, like co-captain.
But no,
But he like,
he
yeah, I
ain't
know a
lying.
little
You
bit.
can't get him on a
Exactly.
technicality. He said, "I
You
know a
can't.
little bit."
Right.
That's smart. But yeah, no. I hope
Okay.
he gets the full license soon. Yeah.
I just want to point that out. That I was just curious. I didn't know if you knew.
That's what
Dr.
I'm.
Dr. T says smarter people understand there is even more than meets the eye. So saying a little bit implies that there is so much more than regular people.
Oof.
And see, if
That's
you want to
true,
feel
too.
better than other people, just say that because it's going to be implied. But you always have the out. Somebody's like, "Oh my God, can you actually fix my sailboat?" It's like, "Oh wait, I just know a little bit. I just know. I know a little bit. So at least you have it out. But if you want to look smart in front of people, impress your friends, just impress people that you meet, the barista at your local coffee shop, go ahead and use that one.
That's very true.
So I'm gonna pick us back up. Sorry, I just had to. I was just very curious there. Let's just pick up here.
You know how sticky it gets.
Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. Is y'all in this bitch finished or is you done? We gon' honestly never mind your motherfucking ass and we here. I love you. Honestly, never mind.
Yeah. If I'm with two of them, then it's a threesome. If she alone, she a freak one. If it's an escort.
Is he wearing Arc'teryx? Holy no, not Drake.
Do you think that Drake was waiting for a rainy day to shoot this, or do you think it happened to be raining and then he shot it?
It rains a lot in Toronto, right? It rains in
Yeah.
Toronto. Nah.
Did he want the rain
Nah.
shot?
Is that? Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I think it just happened
It's
to
just
be
like,
raining,
oh,
and he
hey,
happens to
my rain
have
jacket.
fly ass gear too. Yeah.
Oh, this might be cool. Let me
Yeah,
let's just shoot.
I
this.
think he was prepared at all instant. What about you?
Okay. I like you've convinced me. I think
think
that they
it's
had a
just
plan
prepared,
for
yeah.
all,
Yeah.
just in
They know
case. It's
their
like, oh, it's raining. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If we shot a video this month, you would know what to expect.
Right.
and you have something
And then you'd
different.
have to either commit to, are we just not going to shoot if it rains, or are we just going to find a way to shoot? But they came with the plan B. Yeah,
Is
that makes sense.
is he wearing Arc'teryx?
Police one. King of the hill, it's a
Possibly.
steep
That's-
one. If we
yeah,
together,
that's
it's
pretty
a
sick.
brief one. Back in the ocean, you go, it's a deep one. Forgave niggas and
funny
they
'cause
feelings. Lucky for you.
Wait,
if
hold
you
on.
go back to that, so that if that is it, then that's just an outer shell. That shit's thin as fuck. So he must have other multiple layers within it.
Oh yeah, he probably. If you're in Toronto, you probably got some long johns.
Yeah,
You know.
I think so.
But I do want to just like this part right here. I'm just gonna play on silent. I'm just gonna play it through. Is this Drake's actual dining room? Is he just eat all his meals in a castle?
Maybe like in those movies alone.
Like what is
Yeah.
that? What is this?
Yeah.
Like, I get the extravagant pool, right? Like that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. It's indoor, but like, what is this?
I think it's like a guest one. Yeah, I think he has his own spot.
Okay,
If
all
we're
right.
being fair, yeah. So I think that's for the music videos, and then he has like
okay.
he
okay.
probably like he's probably the type to like eat while watching TV.
You think he
He has
posts
to watch TV while eating type of guy. Even right now,
right.
like he probably wanted a TV set up in front of him.
You think that Drake rents this out on Airbnb, like for you to have like it's like a dining hall?
Yeah, when he goes
Like-
on long tours, yeah.
Right. Maybe some like tech companies have like their conferences here, or like you
Yeah.
know, like a holiday party.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get Drake's on
Drake's,
Airbnb.
yeah.
Right, makes sense.
Sometimes
right?
he even pops his head in, like he'll be like, "Oh, sup,
Hey,
man?
yeah,
Sorry,
buddy.
oops, oh, my
You
bad.
got- I don't know. You got the picture. Is it
Try
the
Try the chicken. Try the duck. The Putin.
Forgave niggas and they feelings. Lucky for y'all.
Get back to where we were here.
Damn. That's something to me. Niggas really had their back turned to me. I ain't talking my assistant when I say niggas down to pack something for me. Then they thought they had a trap set for me. How you really think that went for me? Niggas gotta do a fact check for me. When everything is put to rest and everybody takes a breath and everything gets addressed, it's you alone with your regrets. All that pumping up your chest, all that talk about the best.
You think Drake goes fishing? You think he's ever been fishing ever?
I think he's been fishing.
So it wasn't for him.
I think he liked it and he had fun, but he just doesn't have the time to get around to fishing more.
Right. That's a lot of
Yeah, just-
downtime you need for
yeah,
like
you do.
fishing. Yeah.
I don't think he's a fisher now.
You know, actually, everybody's heard this song before. It's much more better to go through this video with no sound and just observe
Like-
this contemplative Drake just sitting in the
Look
bed
at-
of his Phantom SUV.
Back
There he
to the
is. He
boat.
definitely drove that one.
Yeah.
He at least he didn't get to, but they let him take a picture with him holding it. But that was too big for him. His license doesn't cover that much.
Look at him riding a motorcycle.
You think Drake rides motorcycles, or you think he literally just rode that for that shot?
I'm starting to think he started doing a lot of things that he doesn't normally do for this video. Now I question if he even goes swimming. Do you think Drake goes swimming? I mean, you know what swimmers' bodies look like, right? You know what they say about swimmer bodies, right? You're lean as hell.
So
You think that's a swimmer?
I think Drake doesn't go swimming.
Dips his toes.
That's what he does. He'll get in the pool. He actually gets in the
He
pool
rolls
pretty
up.
often.
He rolls up the sleeves and gets.
Yep, those are feet in.
Puts the
Yep.
feet in
You know,
top,
he has
yeah.
like a house party. He's the first one to put his feet. He'll
Feet
never
in it,
jump in and nothing.
yeah.
Just get his feet in. You know, take his shoes off, get it in there.
Do you think there's an unwritten rule where you can't push Drake in the pool?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
You don't want to know what happened to the last guy.
What
that
happened
did.
to?
I don't know, but Baka not nice. I'm just gonna say that. All right, we just we can leave it at
Is that his
okay?
artist?
Huh? Oh, of
Oh,
course.
oh,
Yeah. So here he is. You know, hit the club. Maybe
Club.
he's all over the place, right?
He's-
He's
yeah,
he's
he's
just
having
kind
a
of jet setting.
fabulous time.
He even got to like the wilderness. He
Yeah.
hit the lake one time with his friends.
And then finished. Now we're getting credits like it's a cinematic movie.
Right, we had a whole credits on that. I don't think that was needed. You know, it's just interesting to. This is what I learned from Sticky.
Mm-hmm.
Drake may not actually do these things, because you know
Yeah.
I've seen somebody actually ride a motorcycle before.
And they don't ride it like that.
Exactly.
He
There's a
didn't-
confidence
he
I
looked
think to motorcycle
uncomfortable, He
riders.
looked awkward.
Right, and you notice they didn't have him go through like the streets or nothing. He went through like this
Like
one
the training course.
Right, right.
Like you know that Great America ride where you're driving like that car. It's not the bumper cars, but you're driving the car right underneath the Grizzly.
Yeah.
But it's on a predestined like
Got a
track.
rail?
Yeah, it got
Yeah.
a rail right
And
there.
you're driving, but
all you
it-
do is steering more. So, well, I guess you're gassing it too, but you know,
I get driving it, but you're driving it.
it looked like
Right. Okay, maybe
it looked like the first time I would ever ride a motorcycle would be
Look
something
like that.
hopefully, you know,
Right.
if not my second time.
Okay. You know what? maybe we've been looking at this video already.
Maybe he's showing things that he hasn't done that he would like to do.
Even better. This is the Drake's. If you really read between the lines here, this is Drake's most vulnerable video. All right,
I think so
Because
too.
He showed us. He was what we don't know is he was actually taking his sea captain license test. He was taking his motorcycle test. You know, he was letting us in on these
was
like
living
really
life to his
private
full,
moments of his life. It's like, hey guys, I may not get my license of this motorcycle because I'm not that good.
But
Or
I'm
like
doing
I
it.
may not get, but I'm gonna let you guys see, even if it's my failure. I'm gonna let you guys just see this a little bit, right? And he put it between
agree.
like the club pictures and everything to kind of throw us off a little bit. But really, this is
No,
vulnerable.
even
Drake.
even those like club pictures or him on the rooftop, it all implies what you just stated. At the club picture, if you notice, he wasn't having too much fun. He was just standing there, so he's just trying to show that he's trying out new things. Or like
How
when
can
he
you
was
have
on,
that much fun when you have the C license test
and you
on your
just
mind the
I
next
know,
day? You're like,
absolutely you
"Fuck,
can't.
like, damn.
Or when
like,
he was on the rooftop, that scene itself is just so smart because it shows, as you mentioned, that he intends to shoot a music video, but everything has gone wrong because now it's raining. But he still did the most of it. So now we're over
Right.
here judging him because he's shooting music videos in the rain, something else that he's trying.
exactly. He's just trying things
Things
out.
out.
Exactly, and showing the vulnerability of
It's
you know,
probably the worst part of it. He could have shown us a music video the next day. He could have
Right,
shown us a
right,
doper
right.
part of him riding it.
right.
He
like
could
when
have shown
got
us
his
really steering it,
license,
yeah,
right.
but
because he
he's shown-
couldn't shoot the motorcycle scene on the street because he was still getting his license.
He could have easily smiled in that club scene.
He
and
could
just
have.
faked shit and just
Right.
like, hey,
He's like,
you
no,
know,
I got a lot on my mind
nah,
right
yeah.
now. I got some
was
tests. I'm trying to get my motorcycle test right now, my license. Like, yeah, he wasn't, even when he was on the boat, he
I'm
wasn't
trying
really
to learn how to
like-
swim.
Yes. See, that's what we're missing is the cameraman in that is the stream instructor with the GoPro. And the whole time we're like, oh, wow, Drake just has this huge, like, you know, this house, this place where he's, but no, he's trying to learn how to swim in front of us.
Yeah.
That's, you know, shout out to you, Drake.
And you know the dinner scene, what it implies? The fact that he's trying to show a vulnerable side by inviting people to his home. And that's what he's actually doing via the video.
He hosted
That
a
dinner
party.
scene is what he's trying to do through the video. Show vulnerability, socialize, welcome people to his home.
Exactly.
A large group of people. It's not an intimate setting, if you notice.
So that makes sense why when he's in the club, he seems more contemplative. Even when he was like in the wilderness and he was like laying in the back, like looking at the stars,
the
like
wilderness
he was
part,
thinking like, damn, like I have to pull
His
this
fishing
dinner.
license,
Like I have to pull
shit.
this dinner party off. Like, do I have enough rolls?
Yeah.
Do I have enough, like, you know, what happens if they don't like the pot roast? Like he's just contemplating this dinner
Will
party.
I catch enough fish?
Exactly. Like, you know, this is probably one of the most vulnerable moments we've seen of Drake. So like
I'm glad
really,
he took it back there.
I really appreciate that. That reminded me of the vulnerability we've seen in like the Take Care album. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
I
old Drake
agree.
is coming back with Sticky.
This is it. While it's still being very, I don't want to say masculine, but like, you know, not as soft.
Right, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. He found the perfect middle ground with the
This is
Sticky
it.
music video. The next song is this one is, we're gonna
Oh, we're
cut
here for
back
Lucretia Dalt, huh?
from this, and we're gonna come over here, cause we're gonna see Lucretia Dalt, El Galazzo.
Mm,
Are you feeling Spanish language coming back?
I think so.
You think the vibes are back?
I think so. And the album's called Ay.
Ooh, with the exclamation points.
Do you think it's a Joel Santana type of Ay? Or do you think it's more of a Ay?
I think it's an I.
Ay?
Yeah. That's a good call. I think it's an I. Good question though. Very inquisitive.
Just want to,
Because,
we want to get.
The E would have gave it away as an A for sure.
Oh yeah, if
but,
it was
yeah.
A-E-Y-A,
But
yeah.
the AY makes you stop and think.
Ay.
All right.
So the album.
Lucretia Dalt, El Galazzo.
Ahora sé lo que es sentir.
Kilómetros cúbicos de agua ondulante en mi visión periférica. Cada centímetro existe en relación. Una cosa difícil de comprender. A uno de mis lados, agua acumulada. Al otro lado, el Galazzo. Un fósil electromagnético cosmológico desvanecido. Sin efectos ya sobre esta gente. Sin ningún efecto ya sobre esta gente.
You knocked it out the park right there.
Yeah, beatnik music.
This is like modern beatnik.
This that shit Allen Ginsberg would have bumped.
Right, for sure. Like this is like everybody that's there as they're making the music or listening to the music is on various amounts of mescaline.
Mm-hmm.
Is all at the
Absolutely,
same
yeah.
time. Like the people who listen to this only drink absinthe,
Oh yeah.
for sure, 100%.
Mhm.
It's like a different type of hipster. You know what I'm saying? Beatnik is like
yeah.
it's like a branch off, and it's so hipster that it out hipsters the hipsters because it's dead ass serious.
It really is. It's actually even like the origin of the whole hippie, like, you know, because
Right.
it's like the 1940s, 50s with like Allen Ginsberg and Jack Kerouac and all of them. It's funny because you know how like growing up, and I'm sure you saw this too. You know how in cartoons and movies they would always be categorized with the turtlenecks
Yeah.
and the little
Beret,
berets
yeah.
and the bongos,
Right,
right?
right,
Very
right.
monotone. But it's so much more beyond that. And you know, it's funny enough when you touched on like things like masculine absence, like you touched on some of the very core ideals of it, which is basically do as thou wilt, drugs, free sex, all that shit. But yeah, this is absolute fucking beatnik
This is
music.
beatnik. This is modern.
This is literally
Right.
right. I'm sure even the lyrics are a poem, especially with the way.
Absolutely,
yeah.
100%. With little bongo action in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Perfect. From Lucretia Dalt, we have Taylor Swift,
Anti-hero.
Anti-Hero.
Oof.
And Dr. T, that was a little jazz fluty. It was like, and you know what? I like the jazz flute.
Yeah.
I like when the flute kind of comes around and like dances around and some shit. So, like, shout out to Beatnik Music, modern Beatnik, for bringing back
Modern,
the jazz flute. Taylor Swift, you know, I think we did one of the Taylor Swift songs for like a new music review one time,
Yeah.
but we didn't really go through the whole album. So
Was it
let's see.
Anti-hero that we did?
I don't think it was.
Okay.
I think it was a different one.
Okay.
But let's see what she has to offer for Anti-Hero. Get a stronger opinion on what this album maybe sounded
See,
like. You
huh?
know?
I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser. Midnights become my afternoons. When my depression works the graveyard shift, all of the people I've ghosted stand there in the room. I should not be left to my own devices. They come with prices and vices. I end up in crisis. All this time, I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving, 'cause you got tired of my scheming. For the last time, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. And you know, we're able to read the lyrics here, and we're listening to the music, right?
Yeah.
And I'm having a hard time myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like some insight from you. All right. when she's saying, you know, as she's kind of building to the song and she gets to the hook and
Mhm.
she's saying, "It's me, I'm the problem, it's me."
Yep.
Is this her taking accountability for actually being the problem? Or is she kind of using that sarcastically, like, yeah, I'm the problem. It's always me. Everybody blame me. I guess I'm just the bad guy. What do you think it is?
She's the anti-hero. She's being sarcastic. She's being a dick.
She's being a dick here, right?
She's
Okay,
being a
okay,
dick.
okay.
You can tell
like-
because if you look at the album cover, she has a lighter that she's lighting up, and only bad people have lighters.
That's true.
Only,
because-
all the people that I know that have lighters are terrible
Because
human beings.
is she even lighting like a cigarette or like?
I don't
anything?
even know.
You can't trust.
It's not a
somebody-
candle because that's a Zippo. You don't light candles with a Zippo.
I don't know if I can trust somebody that lights a lighter with no purpose. Like,
Pyromaniac, yeah.
If you're lighting a candle, I get it. Maybe lighting a joint, a cigarette.
Yeah.
I get it. Maybe, you know, you're out camping and you light like a stove or something, or a fire for a fireplace. Okay. But if you're just randomly like just kind of, you know, because that's a lot of destruction.
Some
in
people
just
just
that.
want to see the world burn, right? That's what they say, and Taylor Swift's no different.
Okay, so she came with the sarcasm.
Yeah.
She was talking
But
her shit.
it's funny. She's aware that she's the problem, though. So like,
Right.
it's one and the same.
Okay.
She's aware, but it's almost like, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna? I'm just gonna press this vinyl again
Right.
and sell it to you again via my
a new
website.
bonus with 8 more tracks. What you
Yeah,
gonna
boom.
do?
Oh, it's me, the problem. Oh, there's a remix to that, by the way. Boom.
Okay, so this is almost
knows.
like her Rick Ross song. Like she's the biggest boss with this one.
Yeah.
She's like, look,
She knows.
I'm the problem. Oh, boo hoo. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
I
It's some tough shit.
exactly.
And if you have a problem with it, you've seen her with the lighter on the cover.
Come see me.
You've
don't know
seen
what
her
this
flicking that
lights.
lighter, yeah.
This might light cannons. You don't know.
Kerosene.
You don't know.
Kerosene dreams. I think she says that in there.
Dr. T says she is admitting she has an issue, but nowadays people use expressing your shortcomings to try to dull how bad
Yeah.
it is. So she's using the old like I'm the problem, but because I'm expressing myself, you should have sympathy for me. Ooh, that's a gaslighter if I ever heard one.
And then
Like
the,
I'm so toxic, ha ha ha, and then they go to be shitty and think it's because they can
admit it. Like, yeah,
Mm.
that's exactly what she's
Right.
doing. And she's, encouraging that for the current generation, which is tough.
It's even like taunting, like
It's
it's
tough.
like you can't do nothing about it. I know it, you know it. Just sit there and
Buy
shut
my
up.
vinyl.
Buy my vinyl. Come to my
Buy-
show for $2,000 tickets.
You know, no joke, if you buy all 4 of her vinyl and you put it together for this, it makes like a clock.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
No joke.
That's
yeah.
great. Do you have all 4? Or did you see that on like Reddit? Is it? Do you have the picture?
You're not supposed to ask me on camera. No, I don't. Nah, I don't.
Should we do a review of the vinyl in the next?
If a Taylor Swift fan would like to donate all 4
Then hey,
to all
let
the
us know.
Swifties out there,
To all the Swifties.
there's like 1 billion of them, right?
You want us to do a Taylor Swift review of the
Review?
new album? You think it's good? You think it's good enough for the book club to cover?
Is it a
Send
good
to
clock?
us.
Is it digital? Just
Let's see. I'm curious.
Nah,
I'm curious.
it makes you kind of get the idea, right? It forms when you put them
Right.
all 4. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. And I guess it even comes with the little hands and shit.
It's pretty cool.
So that is
That's a
kind of
little
cool.
Easter
But
egg,
you gotta
yeah.
buy 4 with that.
Yeah.
You could have used just
But she just bullied you into buying 4 with
4
this song.
for a clock.
She's like, ha ha, what you gonna do about it? Oh yeah, I be fucking up. Yeah, I fuck your life up. Yeah, I'm the
know.
bad guy, eh? Yeah, no, she's on her
such a-
sociopath era with this
is
one.
scary.
That's
You know
what
who's
she's
the only
doing.
one who could save us, right?
Who?
Billie Eilish.
That's it. That's it.
She has to
I
come.
hope that she's on
The
this
hero we-
somewhere. Please, I need her. Phineas dropped that new one. Dropped that new banger. Next is Carly Rae Jepsen. You know, it's funny because we did one of her songs
Mm-hmm. Yes.
on. You remember that? And that was
Yeah.
like a cool vibe. She was
Yeah.
like bringing like disco back with that one.
Yeah.
So now this is also back to back songs of that we've done new
Old
music
book
release
club
for. Yeah,
reviews,
exactly.
yeah.
So cool. Shout out Carly Rae Jepsen is a book club veteran now.
Yeah.
So let's see. Western Wind is the next song. this one actually kind of reminds me of how I felt about the first one we did on a music review. I feel like we're running out of like alternative pop. You know what I'm saying? Like we're running out of. I feel like your pop artists, like your big name pop artists, have kind of all. Like everybody uses trap drums. Like Metro Boomin is doing everybody's. And I don't want you to like mimic Amigos flow. Like I want you to give me that good like white girl pop. Like give me that shit that's like that comes on like if you're not playing this, if you're not playing your music on the radio station that has like those radio like the Jingle Bells concert at SAP Center, then I don't really want nothing to do with your pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I need in my life is more like that. Like
that white. If there's a white chicks too, this will be on it.
Exactly. That Vanessa Carlton. Like they don't make it like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like so I appreciate her for and like from Call Me Maybe to like here like the sound evolved. You know, she didn't try to make the same thing, but like there needs to be that pop station that just plays like pop, like the station that would play Maroon 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I need more of this kind of music, you know?
It's crazy how just traditional pop's just not what it was and how much it varies in sound, but this really does take you back to like the 2000s and
right.
shit.
Little VH1 action.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely, yeah.
Shout out Haku in the chat. Talking
Michelle
about
Branch.
I miss Michelle Branch.
Yeah,
I do too. I do. Who sings Jars of Heart? Who was Jars of Heart? I know exactly what you're talking about. If you know what Jars of Heart is, let me know and give me a good reminder. Everywhere is one of the greatest pop songs of all time. The I wanna be with you everywhere. Yeah, see, Tori Nix started that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the Tori Nix like solo career when she got out of Fleetwood Mac, like she gave like that white girl pop meaning. You know?
R.I.P.
Right? Is she dead? Is she not?
Very recently.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No way. Hey, y'all, let me know. Confirm that for me. I hope this is a Mandela effect or something. I
hope I'm wrong.
Hey,
please,
damn, rest in peace.
I'm hoping to read.
Oh, you're everywhere to me. When I close my eyes, I know. Yep. Hey, you're right. That one was a banger too. Yeah. And you know, Dr. T, that was actually that was played at a lot of sandwich shops. Like that kind of music is like good Subway music, you know? You get like a Quiznos up and it's like, all right.
That's okay.
You know? That's where you don't really go out of your way to listen to that because you know you're just going to live life and on your journeys, it's going to hit you when it's needed.
Absolutely.
You know? Right at the perfect time.
And it's perfect because you could still focus on the menu.
Right.
While like getting the overall vibes of the song.
Exactly.
Like, I want turkey or roast beef. And
you're
still getting that.
Right. This is made for those kind of restaurants where you go up and they make it in front of you. Like you go to Chipotle and they play this because it's like, okay, I got to focus here. Like, do I want double meat? Do I not want double meat? Like, that's what you have to. Guacamole, you guys got queso? Can I get a sample?
It's if there's somebody. If there's a white girl in line in front of you, they'll more than likely like tell their buddy that this is their song type of deal.
Right.
While you're standing in line just watching the shit happen.
She's like mouthing the words to the song.
Singing along.
Yeah, exactly. Like very faintly, but it's like, oh, you know, I really love this song. You know, she
wants others to know that she likes this song.
Right.
Like, she wants to express it somehow.
Which like shout out to those kind of fans. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, sing along in the line to
sing along proudly.
Next song is MJ Lenderman.
Ooh.
Boat songs.
Mm.
So do you think this and the name of the song is what is that? Taste Just Like It Costs?
Ooh.
What kind of you think this is like some boat music?
So I think this is gonna be a new subgenre that we're gonna discuss called the actual scientific term would be prostitution music.
Okay.
Some people call it hoe music.
Right.
I think Taste Just Like It Costs is referring to, and both songs is just they're high end ones that
okay. Yeah. All right. So this is like high level hoe music.
High level hoe music.
Like this is like expensive like
Taste Just Like It Costs, man.
Right. This that Jeff Bezos mistress music right here.
That's absolutely what it is.
Okay, all right. It's that evolved from like athletes, you know, that's too easy. I'm coming for CEOs.
Exactly.
I'm coming for like
a profession as old as time at its peak.
Okay, let's see. MJ Lenderman, boat songs. Okay, I got it. All right. This song, let me walk you through a scenario here.
All right.
And this is what this song is for.
Okay.
All right. So, you know, it's you know, maybe winter time. It's cold, not raining, but
Okay.
it's cold. You just got like a call that like your girlfriend broke up with you, right? You're sad. You hop in your car, right? You're driving. You hit the dive bar and you go to the jukebox and put this song on. But you live in Topeka, Kansas. This is the
That's
Let It
perfect.
Burn by Usher, but for if you live in Topeka,
Topeka,
Kansas.
Kansas. That
Like you
makes
came
sense.
through on your old pickup truck. Like you have to drive like the city from where you live is like a good 30-minute drive, but it's okay. Like you drove it anyways, right? You might have already crushed a couple. You got a couple like crushed
Right.
Bud Light
I was
cans
gonna
in
say that,
your
yeah.
passenger seat. You maybe tossed it out the window. You're crying. You're not listening to music because you can't handle it yet, but you get to the dive bar, you hit the jukebox, and you see this song. You're like, oh, finally, this is what I need to hear right now. You sit, the barkeep sees you. He sees you having a hard time
The
talking
barkeep
to them.
is, of course, wiping down
Right. He gives
glass
you
right now.
he's the first ones are on him because,
Yeah.
you know, he hears like the story and everything. But this is that drown away your sorrows. This is that heartbreak Usher music. But if you live in the Midwest, like you go to the Sturgis motorcycle festival every year, like you're that kind of person. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even like ride motorcycles. You just ride with somebody who like they have motorcycles that they go
just right in the
like,
back.
Right. You still go to the state fair, for sure. 100%. You do not drink.
You're planning
IPAs.
on getting a Harley soon.
Yeah. One of these days.
One of these
right?
days.
You
You're
guys
just waiting for the prices to dip.
Right. In your garage, you got like the Harley calendar every year, and you keep telling everybody, like, yeah, that's the one that I'm gonna get. But it's just, and, you know, everybody kind of knows that you probably won't, but everybody
Yeah.
would be happy for you if you did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're always telling them they don't make them like they did before, so you're just waiting for the perfect year.
right. He doesn't like the new craftsmanship. They fell off a little bit. Yeah, that's why he's not getting
sending
one.
it, 'cause, yeah.
Right. If they brought it back, then they would.
Then he definitely would. He'd pre-order it right now.
Haku said he plays in the band called Wednesday. They're from Asheville, North Carolina. Absolutely. They never really got too big, but if you're from Asheville and you're in the scene, you know him. You know, you've seen him around.
Yeah.
You know,
He's famous in Asheville.
Everybody knows that he'll if you see him, he'll give you a cigarette. He won't cost you 25 cents. You still do the whole thing where you have like a quarter, like, hey, can I buy a cigarette off you? But he'll give it to you though.
He's actually the most popular artist out of Asheville.
Out of Asheville? Yeah.
Asheville.
Hey, shout out to MJ Lenderman. I know like that's where that song is. Like he's talking about heartbreak. in
You
a
know what his
level
pet
that's
peeve
just-
is, right?
What is it?
Explaining to people that it's Asheville and not Nashville. He hates it when
Man.
that happens.
Because he's like, I make music and I'm from Asheville. They're like, what,
Whoa,
Nashville? You turned up.
Whoa.
He's like, nah, because then there's a
Nah,
disappointment.
yeah.
You didn't even need to have the
He
disappointment
hates
happen in
that.
front of you. Right, exactly. It's so
Asheville,
trash.
North Carolina.
It's so trash. He's like, damn,
Not
I've never
Nashville.
heard of that. Is it by Charlotte?
And then the conversation kind of naturally steers towards Nashville, and he's not trying to have it either.
Right.
Well,
right.
I've been to Nashville still, regardless, and I think it's a great place. You should visit.
Because, you know, him and his band, when they were younger, moved out to the first iteration of the band. They moved out to Nashville to hit it big, and it just didn't go their way. So
got
it
booed
still
off
stings a
stage.
little bit. Yeah.
He
like,
remembers it.
you know, he had to be like a bar back at some of the spots, but it just didn't work out his way. So Nashville kind of got a little
It's a sore
sting to
spot,
it.
yeah.
Exactly. It's a sore spot. But he still performs like, you know, every Friday night at
At
the Kick
Asheville
and
Bar
Can.
and Inn.
Yeah. The Fighting Turkey.
The fighting.
He'll still appear though. He shows up. Yeah. So shout out MJ Lindemann. Hey, we see you. Don't worry. Come on to book club. Have the live performance like it's a tiny desk right here.
Hey.
Haku says, I don't like indie folk because they bring the weird lead vocals. I actually do
Yeah,
like the little
me
like they,
too.
right. They come with
Yeah.
like the real like you got to do your voice like that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He's not naturally hitting it, but I don't mind. I
Yeah.
don't mind. Hey, that's how you get a little experimental with folk.
How do you think they find that voice?
Ooh, you know what? They used to be really good at impressions. So they learned how to like throw their voice in different ways. And one time they were doing a Count Chocula and it just came out that way. And I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, I like
All
that.
right, we'll write
I'm
that
convinced.
down, you know, a little twang, I saw like Zara would say. From MJ Linderman to a duo, Charlotte Adigeri and Bolus Pupil. It Hit Me, that's the name of the song, from the album Topical Dancer. I think this is going to be like flamenco house.
Oof.
I think it's going to be like, not quite indigenous house. Like little, you know what I'm saying? Like with the little swing to it. But it's
Okay.
got like some like a drum pad did the drums on this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be electronic music too. I think you nailed it. Sounds
Have
about
a little
right.
flavor, a little
Yeah.
flavor in there. All right, let's see. Charlotte Adigeri and
Yep.
Bolus Pupil.
First time I heard this, everything changed. I was waiting for the bus, field hockey practice. 13 years old, a couple of men stared at me from across the street. Eyes on my legs. I didn't understand. Did my skirt get caught in my underpants? So I scanned my uniform in the same order they did. From my Nike football shoes, my knee-high blue socks to my pleated navy miniskirt, but I just didn't see it. Looking for a clue, I awkwardly looked back at them. They looked hungry and proud. A combination I just didn't comprehend. Until suddenly it hit me. Hit me. Suddenly
It hit me. It hit me. Yep. Suddenly, it hit me. Hit me. How about you, Bolis?
It started with a love letter. I spent an hour in the shower, examining myself, looking for clues in the mirror. I tried to see myself through her eyes. So I combed my hair back, put some wax in it. Opened my dad's cupboard, drawn to the scent of a bottle. Aqua di Giù. Aqua di Giù. It hit me. Hit me. Suddenly. It hit me. It hit me. You.
Suddenly, it hit me.
How to flirt with food in 4 steps. Read my favorite teenager magazine. I found my first guinea pig soon after. The pig was called Stefan. Step 1, grab food with tip of fingers. Step 2, pouch your lips and open your mouth. Step 3, take a bite and lick your fingers. Step 4, look boy straight in the eyes. That's where it went wrong. I couldn't locate my mouth anymore. The nacho fell straight into my empty bra. Stefan ended up with Nadia. It hit me.
You know what? It started off a little out there. And you know, I have a pretty high out there meter. You know what I'm saying? I have a pretty high like tolerance out there, right? It was like towing it. Like you said, it was getting close to Chris Hansen and How to Catch a Predator music.
Yeah.
And I was like, because when it started, I was like, this might be a cool song to like look up the music video. But then it got going. I was like, I would be put on a list for trying to look up music video to this. But I felt like the song caught itself and it turned in the kind of weirdness that I kind of enjoy. I know they're saying in the chats kind of like, it's like cool kid music for sure. But it has like this cool... Like there's a lot of songs on this list that if I went to like an art gallery or something and I wanted to see if it was cool and they were playing those songs, I wouldn't really think it was that cool. It'd be like, this is you trying to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You guys read the Pitchfork Top 100 and picked a song on there and try to like make it fit into that. This is that shit that just kind of like naturally has this. I like spoken word type of stuff when it's said in interesting like. Andre 3000 does this a lot, where it'll like be talking, but maybe the modulation in the voice will make it do something kind of cool and give it some dynamicness to it. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good too. It's one of the better tracks that we heard tonight. Right up top with Hagop or whomever.
Hagop for sure.
Yeah. I thought it was good. It did. The lyrics started off interesting, and then it got weird. And then it just became like more so about the song than the lyrics, and then it just went back to this little funkiness. I thought it was good. It was very interesting, and nothing wrong with it.
Right, almost like rated properly here. Like I can see. Matter of fact, I'm curious. Like we said, as we leave off here, it's going to be now the new benchmark.
It has to be the same guy who put some of the better tracks, or the same girl that put some of the better tracks on the list.
This one, no, absolutely.
She also suggested
that's
this
the real
one.
star of the show. Here, you know, that leaves us with I think that was at like number 60 moving up. So we have like 40 more. We will be back on Mondays in the new year to drop some new music or finish off this list. We're gonna keep going because you know what, we're doing some digging. We will not be here next week, but Happy New Year to everybody. The following week, we will be back on Thursdays with our regularly programmed book club episodes. Better here. Shout out to let me just give all the shout outs before we get out. Shout out to my grandma for making this beautiful frame right here. She made us a few. It was great. She made it with her hands. The blanket is coming. Shout out to what was the gum? Simply Gum. Shout out to Simply Gum for reminding me that you can still make bad gum.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought all gum was kind of equal, like there's some, but no, this was a reminder that you can still eat bad gum.
A reminder that some things are just worth dying for early.
Absolutely. Right. Exactly. Shout out to country hipster music that's on the rise right now. Shout out to that. Shout out to Hagop. I hope you're doing good in life. Come by the show. Drop that new shit over here. Shout out to my man MJ, who's back out in Asheville, North Carolina. Hey, one of these weeks we got to come by on a Friday, see the band play, see Wednesday play. Maybe
I've always wanted to go to Nashville.
Exactly.
Man.
Not to MJ.
I'm kidding, MJ.
Shout out.
I know it bugs them.
Shout out Dr. T for giving us some good descriptions in there. You helped build out the scene a little bit. Shout out Haku Systems for coming in here, because sometimes I just need somebody to come in the chat and just be like, I miss Michelle Branch, so I don't feel alone with that. You know, shout out to people who, with their gum, swallow it. You know, because you know there's nothing wrong with it. All right, stop shaming people who do. All right. I'm gonna do it either way, right? What do you want me to spit it on the ground? I don't know. You're crazy. That's our shout outs. That's our end of our show. This has been episode 25 of the Book Club.
Happy New Year, everyone.
I am James Levine.
I'm Mohammed.
We'll see you in 2023.
Peace out.
Oh yeah, shout out for Drake for trying new things.